My name is Sister Stone, or Shayna Gladstone, and I am a hip hop and soul artist and earth-rooted leadership mentor and counsel holder. And my mission is really to support us in understanding our reciprocal relationship with all of life and learning how to live our lives as a thank you in everything that we do. I recently released my first EP. It's called Reciprocal Relations, and I released it on May 1st. And it's been such an amazing experience sharing that with the world and also incorporating it into different kinds of workshops. So I've been leading workshops and trainings for the past 10 years, and I'm really looking forward to sharing one with you today and incorporating some of my music into it as well. So you can find more about me at sister-stone.com or Sister Stone Music on Instagram. And there you can look deeper into my music videos and music, and also some of the offerings that I give as well, and my mentorship practice too. So today I'm going to be sharing a workshop called Reciprocal Relations, Embodying Gratitude, and what that means for us as human beings on this earth, and how that we can really use our gifts to make a contribution to the world, to better humanity and the earth, while really also feeling full and thriving as well for ourselves and our lives. And so I'm going to start off first talking about water and sharing a song about water. And then I'm going to talk more about relationships and how to really connect to our reciprocal relationship with all of life, and also really stay dedicated and devoted to the goals and the intentions that we have for our lives as well. And finally, I'm going to share a song called Warriors, and it's really all about what it takes to truly show up in these wild times that we're living in service to the earth, and doing that in the most resilient, sustainable way. So here we go. So the first thing I want to do is I want to invite you to grab a glass of water. So if you need to pause and go get a glass of water, a bowl of water, you can take a moment to do that. And I'd love for you to take your water and just hold it. And close your eyes for a moment and tune in to this water. And think about water as the source of all of life. Water and its qualities of nourishing and pure and cleansing and unconditionally loving, in the way that it gives life to everything on this earth. And now I want you to take your focus inward, since we're mostly water beings, to really take a moment to feel the waters inside of your body. So you might move your tongue around inside your mouth a little bit and just really tune into that water within. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and look at your water in front of you. And I'm going to say a little dedication to the water. And I am inviting you to incorporate this practice into your daily life as well. So here we go. Thank you, water. Thank you for my breath. Thank you for my life. Thank you for the life of all living beings. Thank you for being the source of everything. Thank you for how you nourish, how you let life flourish, how you're deep, how you're vast, how you move slow and fast. Thank you for your adaptability, the way you change your state from gas to rain, back down to the earth, and how you do that all with such grace. Just want to ask you, water, show me your ways, how to be more like you. How can I be more pure, more loving, more life-giving, more life-facilitating, the way that you do, water? Thank you. And please, water, find your way, somehow, to all the people who are thirsty, all the people in the world that need you, all the places in the world that are in drought, that are dry, that need that nourishment that you provide. Thank you. So as a little gratitude to water, and I just invite you to potentially incorporate that into your daily practice, because it really connects us deeper to that which we are, and water is life. If there's a God, if there's a creator, in a lot of ways, water is that, because no life would be here without water. And so to me, I like to kind of actually pray to water, because water is life. And we have so much to learn from water. So I'd love to share a song about water, to water, speaking to water. And I hope you enjoy. Here it goes. Hey, 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 you that grows, you that flows, how you are in me, how you are in all living things. Teach me how to nourish, how you let life flourish, how you're deep and how you're vast, how you move so slow and fast, how you find your way into the smallest, darkest place. Teach me how to pray, how to move like you with grace. Water is life. Whoa. Water is life. Water is life. Whoa. Water is life. I watch you water in the way that you move. So pure, so clean, it's you, it's so true. Ooh, I come to you every day on my knees, praying to you, asking you to show me how to be a life giver, flow like your river. It's you who I owe my life to, and nothing in this world compares to your divinity. How you stored up of love, holy source of everything. I pray about the people who are thirsty, and rage about the people who are greedy. I pray about the people who are thirsty, and rage about the people who are greedy. Water is life. Whoa. Water is life. Water is life. Whoa. Water is life. You who is me, have mercy, mercy, for the ways I mistreated you, for the ways I have depleted you, for forgetting you're holy, you bring me to be lowly. Teach me how to wait till the tide follows its way, how you never leave, only change your stay. of all the energy that came before and still be pure, to wash away what does not remain. Water is life. Whoa. Water is life. Water is life. Whoa. Water is life. Yeah, thank you. Water is life. Thank you so much for grooving with me. I hope you enjoyed that track. That one's called Water, off my new EP, Reciprocal Relations. So, moving from water into relationships and prayer and getting behind the intention for our life and our purpose to the world. So first I want to talk about that. I want to talk about getting to know, our mission and our purpose, why we came here, what gifts we came with, what our passions are, how we're here to be of service to this life. And really walking as an embodiment of that thank you, of that, we come into this life and we're provided food, water, air, and we don't have to do anything to earn that. So in order to kind of like give back in the way that nature does, nature is innately and intrinsically reciprocal. So everything is constantly exchanging in the ecosystem. And so how we can kind of tap into that natural rhythm and cycle of nature and become more deeply connected to that rhythm is by really seeing that everything we do can become really an offering or a thank you. And so I really try in my life to incorporate that as much as possible. So whether I am writing a song or I am giving a workshop or I am out on the land or I am eating or I am harvesting food, whatever it is that I'm doing, I'm really trying to be mindful of how intentionally I'm doing those things and how they are an expression, how they can, all of those things can be an expression of my gratitude. And this way we can not only just list out the things that we're feeling grateful for, but we can actually make our lives an expression of gratitude. And so part of that is being devoted to something. And so whatever that mission or that purpose is for your life, and those things that you really dreamed and desire to cultivate and call in, how do you really tend that fire and stay focused and disciplined? One thing about the word discipline is I feel like it has sort of a taboo, because it sounds like kind of an obligatory or not a fun word. But one thing I want to say is the etymology of that word, discipline, is disciple. And a disciple is one who is devoted. So how can we kind of shift our focus from being, disciplined and rigid to really making it a practice of devotion to our life, to whatever it is that we want to do, and really staying committed to holding that focus to whatever our value system is. And sometimes we do need to actually reflect on what our values are. And, our value system is really ultimately the basis of which we make most of our decisions in life. So the baseline things that we really care about, and staying devoted to them is really important in cultivating a sense of maturity and love and commitment and really making it known that you care. So, for example, one of my core values is family. And although I've wanted to continue traveling the world and doing a lot of like finding my own chosen family of people that are like-minded, I continuously come back home to my family, no matter how challenging it is, to be with them and be around them, and just to continue to work on myself so that I can show up as the best possible sister, daughter, auntie, granddaughter that I possibly can, and not let my dreams kind of take me away from that core value, and continue to tend that. So I take action in my life intentionally to make time for that and to really go back and tend that. So another aspect to this is humility. And, humility is really to bow down and to surrender to both the adversity that we face in our lives, the pain, and also the gifts that we've been given. And so humility is a really important aspect to, being in good reciprocal relation with the earth and the world, because it allows us to kind of surrender and really understand that we're small, and that there's bigger things happening that we can't quite see in the invisible. So there's karmic lessons that we're here to learn, and sometimes we have to go through a lot of pain and a lot of suffering, and then and then we can learn a lesson, and then our soul is able to evolve deeper, and we're able to kind of like grow and expand as human beings and kind of be more of the person that we really want to be. And so humbling to the pain, and humbling to others. So a lot of times when we're in relationship with whoever it is, they might have critiques about us, or we might have conflict with other people. But at the end of the day, sometimes they're right. And it's important to live life in a way of being that open and receptive and humble, to be able to listen to others and understand how every relationship we have with the earth, with other human beings, can allow us to continue to self-reflect and learn more about ourselves and how we can actually grow into that person we want to be. And so I would invite you to take some time. You can pause this video again and take some time to really write down what your 5 to 8 core values are of your life. And also, what are some of the lessons that you have been personally learning also in your life, and what lessons maybe you have learned from going through challenging times, and how they've made you grown as a person. So it would be your core values, and then some lessons that you have learned and are learning, and how they've helped you grow. So it would be like a journaling exercise for you to take a few minutes to do. So I'll let you pause and do that now, and then you can come back to this and we can talk a little bit more. So the next little part of this is about compassion and developing that sense of compassion. And the root of the word in the Buddhist philosophy, compassion means to suffer with. And among researchers, it's defined as the feeling that arises when you're confronted with another's suffering and feel motivated to relieve that suffering. And so it's a little bit different than empathy, but it definitely supports us in cultivating that sense of empathy. And I think this one's really important, especially in the times that we're in right now, with the racial violence and the systemic racism that has been going on for centuries, especially those of us who are white, to really understand and deeply, deeply connect with the suffering that they have experienced, and understand how we as white people may have contributed to that in some way. And it could be in the most micro ways, but it's really important to like really take ourselves out of where we're at and put ourselves into the shoes of another's life and what it might be like to live their life, so we can develop a deeper compassion, allyship, and understanding with the world and with everyone, because when we come into that place of deeper acceptance and compassion with others, it allows our hearts to open and allows us to really be a lot more relatable and supportive and uplifting to the world and to others. So part of this is, doing our part to support the empowerment of marginalized voices. And, however that looks, for me, that looks like some of my nature-based programs. I will, partner with organizations such as the Animas Valley Institute, who runs deep soul and nature intensives. And I will, be a bridge to access scholarship funds so that we can open it up to marginalized people of color, LGBTQ community, and other folks who've been known to be oppressed throughout time, and really see if there's a way to be a part of uplifting and empowering them into leaders, because it's important, and also shifting the spaces that are, more white centered. And so a lot of the nature-based work that I've been a part of is very white centric. And so it feels important for me to support in that becoming more diverse and more accessible to people, because I do want this work to get out there, not just to white people who can afford it, but also people that maybe can't afford it, So whatever that looks like for you, I'm also doing a bunch of live performances over the next week to raise money for Campaign Zero, which is working towards solutions and analysis and research on stop ending police brutality. And so I'm using my platform and my voice to support in raising funds for that. So there's so many ways that you can use your privilege and your voice and your passion to uplift marginalized peoples. And this is also, part of the, going back to the beginning, part of living your life as a thank you, and learning how you can continue to be in better reciprocal relationship with the earth, and a better living in deeper gratitude every day. So I'm going to share a song about our relationships with all of life and how we can really stay dedicated and devoted to the intentions and values that we have. So here we go. Get right behind that. I get right behind that. I get right behind that. I get right behind that. Follow it, see where it goes. Stay true, stay on the road. Make your offering, reciprocal feeling. Let it sing, let your heart ring. Be in right relation, good vibration. Life is sweet, all that water brings. So much to be thankful for. Focus on the prayer, water, wind, fire, air. Holy Creator, Mother Earth. Father Sky, walk with you side by side. Holy Creator, Mother Earth. Father Sky, walk with you side by side. Holy Creator, Mother Earth. Father Sky, walk with you side by side. Holy Creator, Mother Earth. Father Sky, walk walk with you side by side. Yo, there's a higher power and they hear sincerity. Speak your prayers, cry your tears, specificity. This road of life is rugged, it will put you to the test. It will bring you out, love you down to your essence. Get down on your knees, close to Mama Earth. Think about your loved ones, put your family first. It's all about relations and how we tend to them. Reciprocal relations, human and non-human kin. Holy Creator, Mother Earth, Father Sky, walk with you side by side. Holy Creator, Mother Earth, Father Sky, walk with you side by side. Holy Creator, Mother Earth, Father Sky, walk with you side by side. Holy Creator, Mother Earth, Father Sky, walk with you side by side. Yo, always ask permission, only take what you need. It's time to flip the script of this capitalist greed. Yo, pay her close attention, spread around the seeds. Voices to the marginalized, empowerment to lead. Feed the holy with your tears, beautiful words and poetry. Listen and respect of all living beings. I came here to remind you, you are of the earth. The more we reconnect, the more we find our worth. Holy Creator, Mother Earth, Father Sky, walk with you side by side. Holy Creator, Mother Earth, Father Sky, walk with you side by side. Holy Creator, Mother Earth, Father Sky, walk with you side by side. Holy Creator, Mother Earth, Father Sky, walk with you side by side. Holy Creator, Mother Earth, Father Sky, walk with you side by side. Holy Creator, Mother Earth, Father Sky, walk with you side by side. So now I'm going to move into the final part of this workshop and performance and talk about what it means to really be a warrior of this earth and a leader and someone who cares deeply about making change on this planet and what it really takes to show up in this time. And a lot of the work really comes from starting to look within to understand our own trauma and our own ways of being that aren't serving to our lives, and unpacking that. And sometimes it's kind of icky to look at like habits or belief systems or thoughts we have about ourselves or judgments we have or the ways we criticize ourselves, and all these things. And part of the work of, really showing up pure and true and authentic is to take a good look inside at those things that we don't necessarily like about ourselves so that we can kind of be a clear channel for what it is that we're here to do to actually happen through us. So a lot of the work that I do with clients and in the nature work that I do is supporting folks and kind of looking at these aspects of self that have maybe shown up to really, that have shown up as coping mechanisms from, traumatic or situations or neglect or ways ways of being that we developed as a child, and learning about how to love those parts of ourselves, not necessarily get them to go away, because I don't think that they won't really ever go away. It's just a matter of like learning to love and embrace them and understanding the gift in the wound, So this is part of, I think, the work of really an authentic leader and a warrior of the earth right now is to do our own inner work that way so that we can come clean and pure and true and authentic in all that we do. And there's lots of like books and methods to do that work. And if it's something that you're interested in, you can reach out to me and I can share more with you and also talk about working together potentially. So the other aspect of this is thinking about ourselves and this earth as regenerative, sustainable leaders. And the word regenerative really means to leave something better than we found it. And so when we're talking about the earth or other people, how do we build those kind of regenerative relationships with the earth and with other human beings, instead of deplete other people, deplete the earth of resources? We can figure out how we can actually support and empowering other people, and also and regenerating the earth by learning about ecology and ways that we can leave a land better than we found it. So that looks like, looking into permaculture and other regenerative practices to understand how to actually revive the soil and plant trees and learn different methods of water harvesting, and all of that. So I think this is like an incredibly crucial aspect to authentic leadership right now, and to really show up on behalf of all of life. I think it's an essential part that at this point we can't leave out of the story, because it's really obvious that we're continuously just exploiting the earth, and that we're really at the tipping point of going in, really possibly the damage we've done as humans not being reversible. And so, again, if it doesn't necessarily mean that you yourself have to be a farmer or learn these things. Of course, it's really healing and supportive to our humanity to get connected to the earth in that way and use our hands in that way. But also, if you do other things, whatever it is, film, music, you can, painting, whatever it is, you can use those things to learn to support others who are doing that work. So, just encouraging you to use your platform to be supportive to regeneration. And also, the final thing I'll share on being this authentic leader and warrior of the earth is to understand that we need to really fill our own cups before we can serve others. So if we're offering ourselves, even like if, we're going on tour, whatever it is, it's like everyone can experience burnout no matter what we're doing. And so it's super important to really focus on self-care practices and learning how to really keep our own systems and nourished and full. And a lot of that really looks like developing a really strong self-care practice. So, working on the food that you're eating, making sure it's really healthy and organic, and drinking lots of water, and, taking walks in nature, and, spending time like reading and meditating, and taking care of yourself, getting off social media, taking breaks from our devices for like a whole day, and taking a detox so you can clear yourself out, and be clean and pure again, like water, to show up in a stronger, more resilient way in our lives. So there's lots of different self-care practices that you can look up, and myself, I really try to maintain, taking lots of Epsom salt baths, and trying to meditate daily, and prayer and yoga, and every morning I drink celery juice, and I try to just really maintain a good, healthy, balanced diet with lots of greens. And I know myself, if, I start feeling overwhelmed or stressed, like I really pause and I say, okay, I really need to take an afternoon to spend some time in nature, or just unplug, or maybe I do need to take a nap, whatever it is. So I honor what my body is needing in that moment. And the more we tune into ourselves too, we get to know ourselves more and can kind of see and feel when we need to make a shift. And finally, I am going to close this out by sharing a song from my heart to really celebrate all of the beautiful, incredibly inspiring people that I've met all over the world who are living their lives in gratitude and in service. And this song goes out to all of you as well for living your lives in reverence and as a thank you to this earth, and as you continue to open up and embark on that journey as well. A blessing for you. Yo. My friends, we have deep ties. I call them my friends, family and allies. Sometimes I miss them oh so much, but I know they're out there spreading their good touch. We are warriors of the earth, calling for rebirth. We are warriors of the earth, calling for rebirth. Hey yo, all my people of all walks of life, it's time to stand together on behalf of this life. Relate to each other, relate to this planet, fall in love with our home of which we inhabit. I pray for my relations, leading the way. Everybody dedicated to this beautiful way. Thank you for your service and the part that you play. I'm constantly inspired by you each and every day. I'm in awe of your brilliance and your resilience. In these times that we face, we need courage and grace. I bow to your strength, love and devotion. I feel you, I see you, let's keep this in motion. Will cross and they will weave a legacy of love. We believe all of these soul connections all over the world. I feel so fortunate to know these heroes. We are warriors of the earth, calling for rebirth. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope you got a lot out of this. And please go ahead and follow me on Sister Stone Music on Instagram, and find me at sister-stone.com, and on Spotify, Sister Stone. EP is called Reciprocal Relations. Like, share, follow, spread it.